Hey guys, welcome to Movement Month of November. This week we're going to be focusing on upper body movement and upper body posture. We've got our expert PT Andrew Grimwood from BodyLean to help us understand a bit more about this area. Now, I know for our practice at Chiropractor Balance, we get a lot of upper body complaints coming through, shoulder issues, postural issues, and I'm sure in your practice as well, or your gym, that's very common as well, mate.
Yeah, indeed, absolutely. We get people coming in and there may be various complaints and hopefully not injuries, so to speak, at the start, where it's maybe like upper back pain or lower back pain or shoulder pain, and that can then move into other areas of the body if they're not performing exercises correctly or overdoing it, that type of thing.
Yes, and is there a common trait that you see for this upper body discomfort?
Yeah, I think that what we would generally see is if it's related to shoulder pain, it's how someone is performing the movement.
Okay.
And maybe it's a past injury or some pain that they've had for quite a long time that gets exacerbated with improper technique, or maybe overdoing the same movement patterns too much and focusing on, generally when we get to the gym, people focus on the pushing exercises a little more, forget about the upper back to balance out that ratio between your pushing and your pulling exercises.
So a bit of repetitive movement, a bit of overtraining in certain muscle groups.
Yeah, and then potentially the technique associated with the movement.
Okay, I know for us, we get quite a lot of postural stuff coming through, people sitting at desks and not aware of head posture and things like that. Is that something that you see?
Yeah, a lot of forward head posture and that kyphotic, kind of that more rounded collapsed chest position, especially if someone is in that collapsed position here, then doing a back exercise is actually quite hard to use the back muscles and actually achieve what you're trying to, and the biceps and forearms tend to take over.
So are there any tips or tricks that you give to the person that's beginning?
Well, I think potentially a good idea before you go into performing your upper back strengthening exercises is maybe loosening up your chest a little bit. Okay. So you could use a band and then take the band up and behind your head and open up your chest, or do your chest stretches. I'm pretty sure you guys go through chest stretches. So now rather than being here, you actually opened up to that position. So then when you're doing like using a band, pulling exercise in, you can actually work those upper back strengthening muscles and get into it, rather than, as I said before, predominantly using the arms over your back, so you're not achieving what you really want to.
So just to make sure I know what you're talking about, maybe a bit more mobilisation before you actually get into the...
mobilisation. And then thinking about when you are pulling a band or a weight in towards you, that you're opening your chest up at the same time and thinking about your shoulder blades and what they're actually doing. Are they moving? Or like if I was here and I'm pulling my shoulder blades and now coming back towards each other, like that, as opposed to just pulling my shoulders rolling forward, and then I'm not actually shortening these muscles and strengthening them.
Cool. So again, maybe a bit more mobility work before you start the exercise, and visualising what you're actually trying to do.
Visualisation is a good idea, especially with the upper back, which is hard for a lot of people to feel working.
Okay. And in terms of resolution of this pain, would you suggest that strengthening work is something that people should be focusing on? I
think in a combination of the mobility that you're talking about with the strengthening, then you can get some really good results in the manipulation that you guys do, prior and all combination with each other. And then if it's just that one pronged attack where it's just, I'm just going to do some exercise, I don't think you'll quite get the benefits that you're expecting.
I completely agree. In our practice, we find if you're broad with your approach, you're going to get better results.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So we're going to leave it for there. Right now, Andrew is very shortly going to take us through some gentle strengthening exercises to help us mobilise and strengthen the upper body. Cheers, guys.